And I mean, when I was gathering hair from women, I finally learned what blonde hair I really like. I love platinum blonde hair.
Well,
Platinum blonde hair.
Already gets creepy. I love it.
Yeah, they really started to give me a fetish, actually.
Thrill me.
You know, there's gorillas in these woods.
Mortis? What's that?
It's all in the reflexes.
Chicken's good. I like chicken.
I'd buy that for $1.
In a way.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I drink your milkshake.
Garbage day!
You make me want to be a better man.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time!
See you at the party, Richter!
All right, we're here with a very special Halloween edition of Hometown Heroes. We haven't done Hometown Heroes in a long, long time. That's Crude Root Dude, the Pork Chop Moon Man, the Halloween Weasel. The Halloween Weasel.
That's what I am.
Halloween time. But we have an emergency Hometown Heroes. This is a very special Hometown Heroes edition of the Not For Everyone podcast. We have William Instone, director of the now released Butcher's Bluff full-length, feature-length film. I have not seen yet. I'll be seeing it next Friday in Buda at the Buda Docks Drive-In.
It's drive-in. Are the tickets available still, William? And so can I go
Yes,
see
they
the
are.
drive-in?
Tickets are still available. Yes, they are.
Do I have to like sneak into
it's
somebody
not-
else's trunk?
Well, you know, back in the day, they used to get away with that. They actually check trunks now. It's funny.
We
That's
check
what-
the trunk.
That's where I hide all my
They
dead,
do.
my dead pocket pussies.
Like back in the 70s and shit, they'd charge you like $2 for the car, but like the 10 people would all pile in the backs and shit.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen yourself your own film at a drive-in theater before?
I've never been to a drive-in theater before.
What?
This is gonna be my first time. Yeah.
I snuck into Finding Nemo, and then on the other screen was the Ang Lee Incredible Hulk movie.
Nice.
It was a terrible time in 2003.
In 2000, I'd say 18 or 19, I banged abroad during The Shining, and I got a handy during The Thing at a drive-in, which is why the drive-in exists.
Appropriate. The thing.
Just one up us, Adam. Just one up us. Thanks, buddy.
One time, this girl started dropping me during what's the movie with Kathy Bates and Jack Nicholson
Misery.
about Schmidt.
Yeah, about Schmidt.
About Schmidt.
Yeah.
True story. And this lady walked by. She was appalled. I'm like, let's just go to my car.
Well, this was just in the theater.
Yeah, this is in the not the drive. This was the mall theater.
You took abroad to go see About Schmidt.
It wasn't about seeing the movie, Adam.
It wasn't
was
about
about
Schmidt.
being 15 and getting my Schmidt.
It wasn't about Schmidt. Sorry, fellas. I know.
Sorry,
you can't
fellas.
hear.
Okay, so we got William Instone here, famous up and coming director.
Dr.
Currently, I don't know. Let's just get it out of the way.
Ooh.
Is Butcher's Bluff available anywhere? What's the future look like?
We signed our distribution deal last week,
Fuck yeah.
and I'm getting what's called deliverables. Or it's kind of boring filmmaker stuff, but deliverables are basically everything that the distribution company needs, like the sound, all the audio waves.
Right.
I got to get them a high resolution version of the film, all the release forms, all the really boring business stuff. So once they get that on their 15th, And at that point, it really becomes up to them when exactly they're going to release it. But they will be releasing it on all the streaming sites.
Excellent.
And on physical media, even though I do maintain non-exclusive rights to all my merchandise and DVDs, so you can buy the DVDs
that
from
was
me,
smart.
which cuts out a lot of these. I also maintain theatrical non-exclusive, so I can do things like this drive-in theater screening. So I do plan on doing a lot more screenings.
So you have rights to
rights
to the toys, George Lucas style. You can
absolutely
hit up Kenner
I learned from that. Don't get rid of your merchandising, your intellectual properties, because you can make a lot more money selling merchandise than actually doing independent films, because none of us are making any money.
right.
Unless you make something called Terrifier.
And then your new. Let me introduce Darren. Why don't you introduce Darren, Adam?
We have what looks to be just the scariest motherfucker on screen. You can't see him at home, folks, but he's wearing a terrifying mask of the killer / hero Goldilocks. Mr. Darren D for Big Dick Davidson, also known as John fucking Mantrix, aka who Arnold Schwarzenegger aspires to fucking be. We have him with us tonight.
Let's talk about the movie that you're trying to raise funding for, correct? That's why we're doing this?
Yes. Yes, we launched our Indiegogo for it on Friday.
It's called Caught in My Eye?
My eye.
Caught in My Eye. Now, Darren plays, based on the proof of concept that I watched, I can't tell, is he an antagonist or is he a protagonist? Is he an anti-hero? Is he some sort of archetype we don't even know about yet? Because it looks like it takes a lot of the traditional slasher wonderful tropes that we all love and then kind of does an old switcheroo. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. I think he's something we've never seen before, because he does kind of unexpectedly become this girl's savior as the home invaders come in, and he's there to kill her, though. So that doesn't change. His motives haven't changed.
And that's the movie.
So we really want to fuck with the audience, because these home invaders, they're just there to rob the place. And they even tell her straight up, we're going to take what we want. We're going to leave. Motherfucker we know is going to kill her.
He's going to kill her and everybody else in the goddamn
And now
house.
he's going to kill everybody else in there because they pissed him off. They
That's
fucked the shit up.
fantastic. It's fantastic.
But does he kill her is the question.
Well, they tweaked his tank. They killed his boner there, kind of. So he's got to step in.
that does beg the question.
Yeah.
Did he create?
He might have shifted gears.
Is this a new kink? Like he has to murder a parade of home invaders in order to get hard? I don't know. We don't know his motives yet. We've only seen the proof of concept. Now, let's rewind a little bit. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. Either one of you guys, can you please just give me the elevator plot pitch to this movie, Caught in My Eye?
Sure. I'll tell you what. I'll actually
read the log line.
You my log line. It does take just a second. I was not planning on this part. You talk.
But yeah, guys, I do play the killer. I do get to play the Goldilocks, and I did play the John Mantrix, and then I'm playing the Ditch character in the Total Rewind series.
Yeah.
So this is the horror side of my indie film production desires. Me and the old doctor here, William Instone, aka Dr. Goth.
Dr. Goth.
It's funny you mentioned that, Darren.
Pending.
I always consider Dr. Goth the horror side of this duo here, and you're the action side here. Is this, Darren, is this your first soiree into horror?
Well, me and the doctor have been actually, get me wrong. Actually, I've done my own share of horror stuff because it's fun and it's kind of easy, it's straightforward. So I've done plenty of little shorts of things. But when I met William years ago, we teamed up and we did the first version of this film. And did we called it Caught in My Eye back then, right? 11 years ago?
Yeah. It started off called I See You was the first thing. But then that Stallone movie came out called I See You. I'm like, nah, we're not gonna keep it.
Caught in My Eye sounds better. It's a better
How
name,
prophetic.
Me and Goth are both huge Danzig fans, and there's a Danzig song called Caught in My Eye. So
now I gotta ask.
It's a cover to an old Germ song.
I just want to make sure that Danzig is not attached to this film in any way, shape, or
because
form.
I've seen, Darren, I met you. I think I met both of y'all at a Danzig.
Both of us.
Not by his filmmaking standards, no.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to just say no. Just say no to anything Danzig makes that's a movie.
Music-wise, all day long. Film-wise, no thanks.
Did some great
If it wasn't for Glenn, all four of us wouldn't be here right now.
That's true.
Seriously.
Glenn Danzig is the reason for the season. That motherfucker brought us together. Mm-hmm.
That's
really
the
did.
only affiliation to Caught in My Eye that Glenn Danzig has, aside from maybe just creative inspiration of everyone in the room.
Sure.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? It's pretty cool in a way, right? Hey, you can't be all.
We do have a pretty cool video on YouTube I put out for the original footage of the Stalker song by Danzig that's gotten a lot of feedback, and the video is pretty damn tight. It's all old footage from 2011, and I'm still getting hits on YouTube and comments about how cool it looks. So
nice. Is any of the footage from the original, I'm assuming like a short film, is any of that going to be used in the feature length?
Probably not. There might be a little clip here and there in the intro opening credits to throw Katie in there. Our lead actress died of cancer in 2019. Yeah, so she's in this fake trailer. She's got the cucumbers and shit on her eyes,
Okay.
and on the face thing, he's strangling her. So we kept her in there just because she was a good chick. I mean, she made it really hard for us to finish the damn movie because she was one of those girls that liked to be a social butterfly and was going out with rappers and shit like that all the time. And that was more important than filming
Rappers,
the two fucking losers for free. She was in limousines because she was a beautiful girl, So I didn't hold any grudges though. So, poor girl's gone, and just want to throw her in there because without her this didn't happen.
She was there. She helped make the first one. She was a good inspiration. She was a good enough actress. She looked the part. We shot some. You got to see. We shot that on my T2i, 12 years ago. It's a 2K camera, Canon, but man, the footage is still really good looking. So it's
used a lot of it in the fake trailer.
So are y'all going to use that as like some of his past kills?
You should do the Halloween 3 thing where you have that movie on in the background, like on a TV somewhere.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love doing that.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
They should be watching Butcher's Blood.
It would be a very niche Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
A film within a film.
Yeah.
I'm putting a Butcher's Blood poster in his house.
There you go.
The killer's going to have the poster in the background.
Okay.
It's kind of like when Corey Haim has a sexy poster of Rob Lowe on his bedroom door in the Lost Boys because Schumacher
that was disturbing in Lost Boys.
Schumacher is gay as the day is long. And
I guess they're just telling us about Sam a little bit.
I think Sam was as well. We were supposed to relate to that in some way.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Anyway, we're getting on.
You saw how he dressed. He dressed like he was in Duran Duran.
Logline me.
Yeah.
Logline. All right, check this out. Caught my eye. The Goldilocks killer, a steroid-enraged sexual predator, stalks his next victim, an aspiring actress, house-sitting at a secluded country home. His plans to live out his fantasies with her is interrupted when masked men raid the house on a mission to uncover the owner's safe. Little do they know that hiding in the house is a monster far worse than themselves.
Hell yeah.
I'm hard already.
Mm-hmm. Hard as a fucking rock, boy.
Now I got to bring this up. There seems to be a Point Break reference in this movie.
We're seeing some Point
President's
Breakage.
masks.
There's the dead president's masks of the home invaders. And okay, I just want to make sure I'm not crazy like that.
Definitely Point Break. I like to do that. I mean, with Butcher's Bluff, I added a whole lot of Easter eggs and a whole lot of nods. And through my film festival run, that's one of the biggest things that the fans liked. They kept coming up that, man, that was from Halloween. That was from My Bloody Valentine.
Right.
That was the Texas Chain. I caught him. I'm like, you're damn right you did.
Yeah.
So, in order to help us stand out, that's something that I want to do because it works and no one else is really doing it, at least not wearing it on their sleeve like I am.
Yeah.
And it seemed to work. We know every film festival we were in, we won something.
Nice.
at least one, or we were nominated for something if we didn't. We were getting really good responses. I've gotten good reviews. I've sold a bunch of merchandise. The film's not even out yet. So
Right.
I'm not here talking about that film, but it worked. And so if it's working, let's keep doing it.
Totally. I mean, all the greats do it. We talk about this all the time, and you look at 80s horror directors, and you can see clear inspiration from the 50s or even the 60s, like the Carpenters and the Cronenbergs and the even Wes Cravens of the world. The great remakes of all time are the 80s Blob, The Thing, Carpenter's The Thing, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Sure.
And then I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one. I would even throw.
I love Night of the Living Dead remake. It was in the '90s, but
that was more
fantastic.
of a legal endeavor, though, I think. But yeah, it's totally. But I would even throw Toby Hooper's Invaders from Mars on there as well. But my point is, like, I love how, like, intergenerationally, it's a love letter. And if you can do it, you take the best of it, and then you also are clearly owning the fact that you're nodding that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the things why I've been so forgiven with all the nods I did with Butcher's Bluff, was because I have wore it on my sleeve, and I made no attempt to try to hide it.
Right.
Whereas Quentin Tarantino, as much as I like him, in the beginning, he wasn't really being honest about all the shit he was stealing from everybody else. I mean, and he wasn't necessarily stealing it, but he was drawing his influences, but really wasn't saying, "Hey, I'm influenced by this," till later on.
Yeah.
Now we all know that.
Yeah. There's just some tropes, guys. They're just. I mean, everything's been done, and some tropes are worth revisiting. And if you can do it well, then you're allowed to do it. I think when you do it bad is when you committed a sin.
I mean, the hero's journey is a trope, you know what I mean? It's like, how deep do you want to go on that? It's like people respond to things. You might as well put your own spin on things that people already respond to.
We got home invaders. They need to wear masks, and so you know what? Wear some president mask. It's cool. It's fun. Fuck the presidents, It makes us get a good jab at them. We can throw in some cool jokes. So Pro Brank can't own it forever.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
No, and as long as we do it well, then we're good.
They don't have it. We do.
Yeah, we got some Hillary shit going down. We got
a tough female chick in a Hillary Clinton mask who's a total cunt. She's a cold-blooded bitch, and so people are going to be cheering her demise.
But really, to get back to the point, though, is this movie goes from a serial killer stalker drama movie to a monster in the house movie,
right?
And it becomes not just a monster hunting some, rabbit bullshit. We got lion versus jackals. We got, Great Wild World of, dog eat dog going on here. So it's very rare we get to see two competent predators face off.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that maybe ever. I mean, you see Hannibal kill some other old guy or kill a handicapped guy or kill, whatever. But that's not equal prey, it's not equal footing, even Buffalo Bill's got some overweight girl in his damn cellar. That's not equal footing. These are wimpy serial killers. What we've got now is, an ex-wrestler drugged out of his mind with a huge case of psychosis.
You drank the secret of the ooze. It's a serial killer that drank the secret of the ooze.
Yeah, I love this. It's a huge roided out. I love that you even say steroid rage serial killer. It's fantastic.
Now, is this a commentary on pharmaceuticals and mental health and transgenderism in this film?
It should be a little bit, but not
contemporary themes going on here.
I'm not making the Joker too, so
no.
I've heard terrible things.
I want to see it. I think I'm just gonna
I don't want
to the theater.
Talk about mental health and all that shit.
Okay.
I want you to have fun. There's no message.
Okay.
That's what I like. That's the kind of movie I like. I don't want the subtext.
I just want you to have fun. That's it.
Right. They're to have a good time. We're gonna see people die in horrible manners. That's great. That's what I want.
You're gonna see people die that you
for
want.
Little girls to lock their damn door. That's it.
Right.
That's the only message. Is if you're by yourself at night, kid, lock your fucking door. Pay attention and you're out. Get off your phone. That might be the only message.
Social media.
That's about it.
Cool. Now, Darren, how did you prepare for this role? Because you're used to playing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, good point, man. How did I prepare for the role? I'm an actor. I mean, really, I am. I like it, and of course, I like being action, but I like exploring the bad guys. I mean, Arnold started out as a Terminator bad guy, so do a lot of good actors. So it's enjoyable. And I mean, like I said, I've done my fair share of horror stuff, and I got my own psychoses I deal with. So just tap into them a little bit. Pour a little sugar on them.
And a little blush.
Yeah, a little blush. Let's go.
Do you ever get?
Yeah,
I know there's a term for it. I can't think of it now. But when you're acting, a lot of times it's not even it's not even like an intentional method acting thing. It's like when you're in that moment, sometimes you can have a tendency to get carried away with the character, and in some ways even physically, accidentally, but in the moment you maybe are a little too rough with the actress or actor that you're interacting with. Or any moments like that.
You ever like boot anybody in the face really hard?
Because you were really into it.
You ever really like clothesline a motherfucker?
I think where I'm actually kind of blessed is I always walk the line of what's real and not real just in my everyday life. So I have a pretty good control of when I cross the line. So I can break my own character of myself and break my own ego, but still maintain sensibilities of what is real. Obviously, I do care about people. I don't want to be injured. I almost broke my ankle on Dear God, which is fucking some shit me and William here made before Caught in My Eye. And that was like, man, I mean, I was like, did I just break my ankle for no reason? Like making a non-budget indie movie. So I am very aware of when I'm choking women in the
Right.
movies that we are.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
don't really want. I don't need to hurt them, and get a lawsuit or something. So, we do movie magic. We're not out of line here. We are professionals. We are making a movie. And yeah, I don't have to be crazy, like pretend Jared Leto. Some of these actors try to really act like they're really crazy for some reason. It's like, you don't have to. If you're a good actor, you can just act.
But you are the Daniel Day-Lewis of Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonators.
It's true. We hear that a lot about you. If you haven't heard it, you're hearing it now.
Now, do you do the Arnold voice at all in this movie?
No.
No.
On our pitch video, I had to
let me answer that for you.
Like, turn this shit off, dude. Turn it off. He was trying to come on, donate to us. No,
we are distancing.
You're being yourself. You're not John Matrix right now.
I mean, I did have the thought, like, how does he snap out of that?
It's like somebody trying to tell me not to be a clown. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You can't separate them.
Maybe that's my problem. I can't break Arnold characters, so I don't even know what's real anymore.
It is real.
I can't stop being hungry all the time. That's why.
Oh.
And you got no snacks in this house.
I got an apple.
You got a fucking apple. I already had 2 of them.
Help yourself to some apples and that whiskey there that you poured for yourself. I'm not even drinking tonight. Well, speaking of, I think you said something, Darren, about the creative process. I guess I don't know. I read in the Indiegogo that it's mostly practical effects, minimal CGI. What does that mean exactly?
Well, basically, minimal CGI means if our practical effects just doesn't tend to work or look as real as we need to,
just do a little sprinkle. Do
touch-ups on it. That's it. If I need to erase a sign and replace the sign with something else, that's what we mean by that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No green screen. There's no green screen or anything like that. It's just little tiny shit like, again, if we don't have rights to use that fucking building, well,
right.
just erase the sign.
So it's for legality's sake. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or if Mantrix, if Darren accidentally slips up and does a clear Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, you can alter that with a little AI audio thing. So let's talk kills for a minute, because I know that's a big appeal of movies like this. And again, I haven't seen Butcher's Bluff, but I mean, where does the inspirato for kills come from? And I know we talked about homaging or kind of seeing what other people done in the past, but like when you're sitting down and you're writing a script for something like this, or you're storyboarding this, it's like there's so many slashers. Like how do you up the ante and do your own thing? How do you come up with that kill or that gore sequence?
The demented mind of Dr. Goth.
Well, I'll be honest with this one, man. There's nothing really original too much about kills. It's just brutal. Goldilocks is fucking just pissed. He's like a fucking rabid. Like I said, he's on steroids and he's got rage. So I was inspired a lot by when Negan bashed in that dude's fucking head and then The Walking Dead. Now it just turned into Hamburger. I want blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
So Goldilocks is on roids and he just beats people to death. He has these gloves with steel knuckles on them.
Clobbers them.
And he just bashes them. I mean, he just slams their faces into objects and just basically snaps necks and beats them to death.
So does he have a weapon? Like, you have Jason with the machete, Michael Myers with the knife. Yeah. Is there any?
He's going to have his own creative, cool looking knife that he uses, but he likes to.
And it looks like a kettlebell. It just slams people with a kettlebell.
With a bladed kettlebell.
He mostly
you put that in the sequel.
Mitts. He mostly uses his mitts, but he does have a blade if he has to up the ante. He is just a human. So that's the cool thing about our character is, we don't know really. I mean, I guess
his body is the weapon.
Is Mike Myers a demon? Is Jason a demon? They're all demons at this point.
Well, after I saw the love guru, Mike Myers is definitely not of this earth.
Yeah. But so our guy, he's real. He's a real dude. Like, he's just as unhinged but strong as we can make someone.
Right.
To be a legitimate fear,
almost like they never really say anything about how Michael Myers is just like Jason's a fucking zombie, but like, okay, this guy
sounds like
roids.
Bane meets Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bane.
That's it.
Buffalo Bane.
That's it. Buffalo Bane. That's what he is. He's Buffalo Bane.
Fucking love it.
I'd fuck me, yeah. Come on, Gotham, I'd fuck me. I fuck Gotham.
I can't do the Bane voice.
I'll fuck Gotham to his core.
Oh, wait a minute. Was he a great big fat person?
It puts lotion on its skin. Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Well, see what you're doing right now.
Give me back my dog, you bitch.
You're talking about a character. You're quoting these lines about these characters, and that's what made them awesome.
Yeah.
See, if Tom Hardy wouldn't have done that voice, we'd really be talking about it. So
right. Like I will say, people talk shit about that Bane. Like, I give him all the props in the world because that is Bane.
It's clearly better than the Schumacher Bane.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's better than the Batman the Animated Series Bane. The Batman.
So is the Love Guru.
And everything about Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill's as good as Anthony Hopkins' acting was. When you think about Silence of the Lambs, Lecter's not the first thing that comes to your mind. It's Buffalo Bill.
Right. Totally.
It's him stuffing his dick between his legs and saying, "I fuck me."
For anyone that's seen the movie, that's true. Yeah, totally.
So when you have a character that's really that fucked up and so weird and does weird shit, that's what's going to stand out. And so that's what we're trying to model our killer after those characters that stand out and give him those moments that people could look back on and say, okay. So we have a dick tucking moment.
Nice,
good.
In the I'm not going to tell you what it is, but
I already love the movie.
But he does. We found a basement. We have a house with a basement in it, so we're going to be able to do a just twisted, fucked up looking serial killer's basement. And he has his own dick tucking type of scene in here. So it'll be one that people like. Did that dude is he really doing that?
Now, is there like a whimsical new wave song playing by an artist that we've never heard of during that?
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. That's how this goes.
Well,
always.
Well, we're thinking about actually trying to do the Caught in My Eye song, but make it a synth pop type of cover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which would be cool. My composer, music guy was with Warner Brothers for years, and he was in a techno synth type of music. So that's his forte. So we'll be able to get something going on to have that type of feel, to make it to where it's definitely a nod. Like, okay, this is their Buffalo Bill moment.
Quick side note: I went to my buddy's wedding a few years ago, and he's a big fan of Silence. He's a total normie, but he was a fan of Buffalo Bill, and they played Hugh Lazarus' "Goodbye Horses."
Nice.
at the wedding, and him and I were the only ones out on the dance floor, like straight up doing the. We were very drunk, doing the tuck and the arm, the spread eagle is what
he
I
was
like to
doing
call
that
it.
at his wedding. His wife wasn't participating in that.
No, I don't think. I think his wife. Both of our wives were just kind of like, God damn it.
How long that?
There were
wedding
grandmas
last? How long that
there.
marriage
There were
last?
grandpas there. It's
Their
fun.
grandmas. So let me ask you this: how did Dr. Goth at William Instone? How did making Caught in My Eye differ from making Butcher's Bluff as a
Well,
director?
for one, we haven't made Caught in My Eye yet, so
They'll get back
It's
to you.
actually-
So everything that we
on,
saw filmed.
I mean, it looks that good. It looks that good.
It looks
That
like it's
trailer
done.
Dude, I watched
Looks
the,
like
the,
a
the
movie.
proof of concept. It looks like it's in the fucking can. Like, that's not the case?
That's the same thing. I'm using the same recipe that I used in Butcher's Bluff. We made a fake. Butcher's Bluff made a fake trailer.
Okay.
We did the Indiegogo, which is a crowdfunding. We raised the money, then we made the movie. Same principle here. We made this fake trailer that looks like a finished movie, and people are, hey, when can I see this? Well, you can't, because we didn't really shoot full scenes. We shot a few, which I'm starting to release on the internet now to let people see what some of the scenes that we did shoot. I think we shot 3 or 4 full scenes. Everything else was just the clips. What you see in the trailer is what we shot. Because I had planned the trailer out, and that's one of the things that I guess I'm decent at.
So you do
people
prioritize what you want to shoot first in order to splice that into a trailer proof of concept, and then that's smart.
I write a script for the trailer.
Yeah.
I see the trailer in my head, and we shoot that. And then of course we'll throw stuff. Hey, maybe try this, or then as it starts cutting together, hey, we need a couple of scenes right here of this, and then we'll go back and get those shots.
Right.
So to say what was different between that and Butcher's Bluff, so far nothing's been different other than Butcher's Bluff trailer took 4 days. The Caught My Eye trailer took a year.
Right.
but a lot of that had to do with me. I went down. I had a major surgery.
Yeah, surgery.
December. Yeah,
That'll slow things down
so,
for sure.
Yeah, and the last couple of days of shooting the trailer, I was on a chair. So, and the thing is that I had to shoot the camera because all of Darren's, it was his shots. So when he's on screen, I'm on the camera. So we're like, fuck, okay, I can't let anybody else shoot it. So I shot it from a chair, or I was basically on one leg, or I had the PA stand behind me. So,
Right.
You're the
I was on a cane at the time.
You're the FDR of independent horror films.
Well, I'm off the cane now. I'm walking now, guys. I'm about
Something
about
about
90%.
Something about the cane makes it more Dr. Goth, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do like the cane. It's cool, but
So talk to me
anyway
about the star power you guys got for this one. Is that all locked in? I see a Jeremy
yeah.
London.
I mean, everyone that I have on the website is there's obviously a few spots we deliberately kept open to add more. I don't want to jinx this, but we do have a spot for a really well-known adult star that we want to try to get, but retired.
Is it an overweight Jewish man that's in prison right now by chance?
Yeah.
This isn't the return of Ron Jeremy.
The initials are JJ. The initials are JJ.
He was going to go ahead and have a cameo through Skype. I was like, hey, let's get a real pervert in there. But no, this is a female.
Ooh.
And
I think I figured it out.
Was she in a
She's no
movie
longer
with
in
strippers
pornography.
and zombies and that kind of thing?
Yeah, how about the most famous porn star of the 90s is who we're trying to get.
Yeah, Peter North.
So you all know who it is.
I forgot about that guy until you just said it.
I know all the male.
Where is he now? Where is he now? I want to know.
Peter North now. His dick sticking straight up though, sticking north.
Where is North?
Yeah, we have again, a lot of the guys I worked with at Butcher's Bluff really enjoyed working with me, and they all told me that they would come back with any one of my projects that I did. So I knew that people like Jeremy London, who were really good in the movie, and had a little bit of pull, him from Mallrats, and Kevin Smith is actually working now on the sequel to Mallrats.
Of course he is.
It was one of Shit and Darty's last.
He already made 7 Clerks
request.
movies, so he's got to go next. He's got to do that.
So
run them all, rats.
she was trying to help him get it done before she died, and so he's saying now he really wants to get it done for her. So I think that's going to happen. And he's when Jeremy was here, he had said that Kevin told him his character is definitely a big part of that. So that would be cool. But Jeremy's in. And then we have Bill Oberst Jr., who was just so creepy in Butcher's Bluff, and he's just got this villain face and just a really, really good, powerful actor, very good villain. So we got him on board. He really enjoyed his time. And then Paul T. Taylor, who was Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment, who arguably has one of the best performances in Butcher's Bluff. We've become friends over the years. He's in Texas, so that's another thing here. And we've got the bathroom girls from Scream.
Nice.
Yeah. Leonora is her name. I will fuck her last name up, so I'm not even going to try to say it. So, but she was in the bathroom talking shit about Sydney in the original Scream. Sucks on her finger like it's a dick and stuff. She's cool as shit, and so
now I
got her on board. Yeah, I got her on board. And again, we have other people that we want to get. But again, we don't get the budget. And that makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
For us to do.
So let's talk about the budget. You have ideally X amount of days to raise 10,000, right?
That's our first goal. We need a lot more than that. But like how this works is you set a lower goal, you hit that goal, then you move your next goal, and then you move to the next goal. Till you can get as much as you can on crowdfunding. Then I have outside investors that will come in and based off what we raise will help us out. So
awesome. So can I ask what you did Butcher's Bluff for? What the out the door price of that movie to shoot that movie was?
Right around 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you anticipate Caught in My Eye being more than that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
can it be made for that amount? Yes. Do we want to make it for that amount? No.
Right. What is this is more or less my last question, then I want to get into the Indiegogo stuff and how people can support it. But like,
they can help.
As far as the process goes, you guys get into this because of your love of movies and filmmaking and all that stuff, the nitty gritty, the day to day on the shoots and figuring out the kills and all that kind of stuff. Like, what is the shitty part of this endeavor? Like, is it the funding? Is it the
raising money?
It's just that, right? Like that's
the fucking worst part of the whole process is raising your funds, because making the movie's fun. And if you're not having fun on set and making the movie, you shouldn't be doing it. People who think of it as a job and it sucks is they're in it for the wrong reasons. So making it's great. I love editing. Editing takes a long time, and you scream at the fucking screen, and sometimes you're just pissed off and nothing's working right. But it's a fun process regardless of the frustration. I would say the raising the funds and then trying to sell it.
Yeah.
But I've got a really good sales agent who helped me with sell Butcher's Bluff. And I think, he definitely wants to get on board with this after it's over to help us sell it. So it's definitely not going to take 5 years like Butcher's Bluff took. We just hit a lot of snags on that one. I'm a little more experienced now on the process. So I'm not going to make the same mistakes, and I won't have the same holdups. I had a little bit of an anchor on Butcher's Bluff with a whole lot of things. Yeah. And those aren't issues anymore. So,
and then Darren just has to show up, basically.
He just basically needs to be in character and fucking kill.
Darren's just he's like a lead singer. They don't have to load any of the fucking equipment in. They just show up and fucking grab the house mic and do their thing and then leave.
Do some push-ups, lift some weights, and fucking be a pervert. That's the main things.
Or what I'm doing anyway. Adam just has to show up to my house. I give him 2 apples and a glass of whiskey, and he's here for some reason.
Yeah, there you go. I'll show up.
Believe it or not, though, I mean, I'm also the director of photography, the cinematographer for the trailer. So I basically, have all the gear, and, I've been devoting most of my life to cinematography because much like how I wanted to, make music and sing. So I had to learn to play guitar to do that because, you just can't sing by yourself. You're just Mr. Karaoke. So same with filmmaking is if I wanted to act or do something, I had to learn how to run camera. So it became a passion of mine. And I take great pride and great extent to stay frosty on my craft. And, that's why I'm hoping you guys love the trailer because that's, to me right now, my best body of work that I've done to date. No, but yeah, cinematography is a big passion. So is acting. So for me, they're handed. I mean, obviously I love to direct as well, but I don't want to wear all the hats and I can't wear all the hats. So, and ideally we want a bigger budget so we can hire a really good, competent cinematographer. Cause I don't want to have those duties. I do want to just be a horror icon in this. I really do want to dive in a little deeper. I do want to get a little more unglued, if you know what I mean. I need to bring my A game to this because, as they say, movies are forever. Once you capture that performance, that's your performance. So, and, again, I'm not into horror as much as Dr. Goth is, but if I'm going to do horror, I want to do the fucking best horror anyone's seen. I want to make something legendary. So, yeah, ideally, just give me the mask right here, and, set me loose.
We kind of model like the concept of the Not For Everyone podcast was really just digging through a lot of garbage to find the gems,
the jewels.
And it's kind of a cliche that, horror is the thing that a lot of independent, it's like, I don't know if it's true or not, but you've kind of heard grumblings that like the horror genre for whatever reason is like the thing people start off in, whether it's directing or acting or whatever. Because they have the best fans. You don't have to make the greatest movie. You're still going to be respected. People are going to watch your shit. And they have, some horror fans love bad movies on purpose. Yes, totally.
So
totally. We do.
Make a decent film and get a pretty good following making horror. You don't have to have a huge budget to do it. That's why they start there.
Yeah. And
other than back in the 70s and 80s, they started in porn. So,
Yeah. And Darren, you'd mentioned I think you used the word iconic. And I think that just the first time I saw the Goldilocks mask, I was like, this really does have potential to be a franchise or something. It's
really his face, by the way. We molded his face. That mask is his face.
Yeah.
So it fits.
That's why it's so fucking creepy. It's like
it really does. Yeah.
It's like it's double Darren. It's like Darren all Darrened up.
Yeah.
But like,
exactly. We molded his face and had a guy make the mask to where it fits him perfectly, as that is his face. That's his nose. That's everything.
Darren, I want you to promise me if the filmmaking acting thing doesn't work out for you and you do start resorting to home invasion and or serial killing, that you're going to utilize that mask.
Oh yeah, for sure. No. If I end up famous, it's going to be one way or another with this mask.
Amen.
Awesome.
Like Dr. Goth said, we were talking about what kind of mask, because our original story just had some cheapo mask, and it wasn't a big idea as it is now. So we both were talking like, we got to make an iconic mask. We need an iconic killer, iconic look. So he did his homework and he said that we got to make a cast of my face. So he came over and we freaking cast my face, and then we got another artist to do this, and this is the first version. We're going to be working on some leather ones and some other versions too, but
Goldilocks will be for sale.
as this is his primary first kill mask. So,
how many of those?
Then we
are
added
there?
the wig. The wig is a big part of what makes the thing look so damn creepy.
Yeah, exactly. It's the mask with the fucking wig on top. Yeah,
the Goldilocks.
The wig
is such a great.
Has a big play in the storyline because the killer actually cuts his victim's hair off, keeps samples of it, and puts it and sews it into his wig. And we were recently at a horror con, Texas Frightmare, and we were getting blonde women who came by were actually giving us locks of their hair to weave into the wig.
No shit.
I was at the Cult Classic convention last year, I believe, and Darren was there in the mask, and we were hanging out, and he just followed me around with the mask on. I'm like, dude, you don't have to be in character. I'm like, yeah, this is my buddy.
Do you not know Darren? I mean, do you not know this man? He's always in character.
The name of the killer is Goldilocks, aside from the beautiful blonde hair that she has. Is there any other kind of, like, is it because he's a home invader? Does he go and eat people's porridge before he murders them?
Sleep in their beds.
That's a good point.
You know,
That's funny. I should drink their
Yeah,
beer.
he basically he stalks them. He has rituals, but I just don't want to give those things
No,
away.
but yeah,
No,
please
give it
don't.
away.
Please
You
don't.
see it.
Sorry.
And
just go
but
fuck
he's
myself.
called Goldilocks by the police in the newspaper because he cuts their hair.
Okay. Love
I
it.
mean, can you guys see this wig in the video? Are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
looking at the video
It looks-
here?
Yeah, but
Amazing,
no one
yeah.
listening to this can. But I
You see
it.
this right here? This is actually someone's hair from the HorrorCon.
Yeah, it's a lock that
when they were
gave their
walking-
hair to this.
At one part where we were sitting at the table, and I was like, I'm just going to start asking blondes if that's their real hair. So as blonde girls were walking by, I was like, hey, I was like, is that your hair? And they were like, what the fuck do you mean? Is that my hair? I'm like, and they go, yeah. I go, well, can I have some? And they were like tripping, like, why? I go, because I need it for my wig for this movie we're making. Like, I only kill blondes, and we'll put your hair in the killer's wig, and you can be in the fucking movie with your hair. This is the first time in cinema history that people can donate something that'll be in the killer's attire or the killer's uniform, So there's like 20 different women's hair in this wig right now. So this
I got
is
some right here.
Wow.
this is horror movie first right here.
Yeah.
We got people donating their hair to be in the movie. They'll be on the screen.
It's got a very 90s Farrah Fawcett.
People don't believe
thing
us.
going
They've got
on.
video footage of it on TikTok right now. So I filmed him cutting the locks of hair off with a knife.
With a knife. Fuck yeah.
And I mean, when I was gathering hair from women, I finally learned what blonde hair I really like. I love platinum blonde hair.
Well, this
Platinum
is
blonde, huh?
already
Yeah,
getting creepy. I love it.
Yeah, they really started to give me a fetish, actually.
I can see you. If it's too bad nobody at home can see you stroking your own misbegotten hair right now.
Isn't it nice? Isn't it beautiful?
As I
Dude, I
stroke
spent
my
like 12
phallus.
hours on this freaking wig. I stitched these hairs into this wig painstakingly. So I am becoming the killer. I mean, it's kind of weird. I was like, holy shit, I'm actually becoming the killer. I'm stitching hair into this wig.
Over a corpse of an actual woman. Well, it's a labor of love, right? It's a labor of love that needs funding from their Indiegogo. So what is the Indiegogo link? How do we find that?
Yeah.
Well, the best way to get to that is just to click the links from our Facebook page. We're on the group Caught in the Eye Movie. And, or of course, that's always on my personal page, William R. Instone, on Facebook. We have the link there. You can click on it, or you can just go to Indiegogo and type in Caught in the Eye Movie.
It'll be in the show notes too.
You can donate. We have lots of different perks, from t-shirts to signed 8x10 photos to posters, DVDs, combinations of posters, DVDs, things. You can have your name said in the movie. Like one of the characters will be named after you. You could be on the wanted poster in the police station. There is kind of a Seven-esque. The whole first half of the movie follows the detectives kind of figuring out who Goldilocks is. We learn about his rituals, and then he finds his next victim before we get to the house, and it does the flip flop, kind of like from Dusk Till Dawn, where it becomes more of a home invasion.
Nice.
Like we have be an extra in the movie. You can be in the crime scene outside of one of the murders. There's a whole bunch of people gathered around behind the police tape. If you're blonde and you're watching this and you want to be killed in the movie, we are. One of the things I did in Butcher's Bluff, that's 16 kills in the opening credits.
Damn.
So people bought their way in to be murdered in the opening credits. So I'm kind of doing the same thing with this, but you do have to be female or at least look like a female. And you have to be blonde or have a realistic wig.
No, Adam, you can't bleach your pubes and donate to the wig.
No.
Then we have
This is a solemn no.
these death masks. Like one part of his ritual, if you watch the trailer, you'll see that one of the dead bodies have these like plastic death masks on that you get from the store. Like we have, Goldilocks puts those on his victims when they die. We're going to be, we have the option here where people can buy those masks. We have 5 screen used masks from the victims on there. And you can actually buy the mask that the actresses wear in the film. Of course, you can be a producer with the credits and stuff. You can be on IMDb. If you want to act in the film, we have an option for that, and they have role. You have to be able to talk. That's just really good for people who are trying to get in on acting. and they want to, back when we were getting started, we didn't have this type of option. You just went to auditions and you either got cast or you didn't. Now, if you try to get your resume built up, you can actually buy into a film, have a speaking role, and have your credits and have it for your resume. So that's an option on here. We're also selling one of the Goldilocks masks because that original mask that we have right there, we can't risk it getting fucked up during the fight scenes because, spoiler alert, there's going to be some kung fu in this.
Hell yeah, everybody was kung fu fighting.
There's going to be some brutal fights in it. So we're making a stunt mask that if something happens and it gets smacked or something, we don't damage the hero mask. So we're going to have, we have 2 of those. We're going to be selling them there. And there'll be obviously certificate of authenticity that they are the actual masks that were on screen. And then one of the main ones we have right now is you can act in the scene with Jeremy London. So again, if you want to get on your credit that you were in a scene with this guy, we only have 1 of those, so it's not cheap. And I'll go ahead and give you guys an exclusive. We're going to be adding a perk to where you can be one of the ex-presidents.
Damn.
And get killed by Goldilocks. Be in the home invasions, wear the George H. Bush mask, and get brutally murdered by Goldilocks.
I want to be Howard Taft. Do they have a mask of him? Of Taft?
I don't believe they do.
Here's what I want to see happen. I think if we all pull our funding and our passion and our labor and our massive audiences together. I was in Home Depot the other day. They have a over life size yard model of Frankenstein that you can buy at Halloween time. I want to see that in 50 years of Darren as the Goldilocks killer in a Home Depot.
Yes.
I think
it has to be naked though.
Let's all
half naked
will that into existence together.
His dick between his legs.
The first step is Indiegogo.
Yes,
it is.
Link will be in the show notes. Gentlemen, anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
I would like to say one thing. Here's the thing. It's like every donation helps. We do appreciate everyone backing us. But there is one thing that we are finding right now is that times are tough and we do appreciate everything, but people are donating $5. $5 only goes so far. So we are asking if you could dig a little bit deeper, maybe try to get a t-shirt or buy the DVD when it comes out. That little bit of more extra money is going to help us a lot more. We really got to make this thing happen. And the more we can raise, the better we're going to be able to make this film. Sure. So even though I do appreciate everything that people are doing for us, and again, we're not turning down anything, I am asking that if you could dig a little bit deeper and help us out a little bit more, it's gonna go a lot more farther.
Yeah, I mean, we got a project we both believe in. We wouldn't have come this far if we both didn't believe in it deeply. We've been working on it for over a decade, so we're committed. Like, I mean, this is an indie filmmaking, love story as good as it gets. Like, we're both passionate, we're both attached, we're both committed. It's a holy trinity here. It's a 3-way.
Yeah, the holy 3-way, baby.
Yeah,
and
we do need help birthing this bad boy. So as much donations and support as possible, and then, connections. If hell, man, we don't know who's going to see this or who they know. And this is an idea worth making, and we're hoping that trailer does the work. Really. We just really need to get the trailer, because I wanted to ask both of you guys, what was your favorite part or favorite overall takeaway from watching that 5-minute trailer? Let me hear both of you guys.
Can I go first?
Or would you go first, Bobby? You go first.
My favorite thing was, it seems like the trailer was cut almost in a microcosm way in which the film, I'm speculating at least, because it does seem like a pretty solid, wonderfully shot horror serial killer movie. And then it's like, okay, so how are we going to subvert the genre? And then boom, like you realize how that's done halfway through the proof of concept. You're like, oh, that's what it was. So that's like me anticipating or looking for that, and then it completely delivering. That was my favorite part. Adam.
I liked seeing a big buff Darren. I think he was like laying in a bed with like a dead body on him or something. I was like, fuck yeah, he's doing some creepy shit. Was he like standing outside a bedroom like jerking off or something too? Was there like a jerk off in the window shit? That's what I'm like, I'm watching.
I'm going to steal Adam's answer. Actually, that was my favorite.
Yeah,
part.
that was real cunty uppity answer there.
I gotta tell you about that, man. That was shot.
I love that story.
That was shot back in 2011, and I couldn't quit fucking laughing. 'Cause I didn't think he was really going to do it. It was kind of like we were originally just supposed to have him standing out the window and seeing over his shoulder.
Right.
You kind of hear the noise and everything. It's like, dude, strip down. This will be fucking hilarious. And I locked the camera down because I'm actually inside the, making out with the chick. Of course, that was, hey,
Pulling the old
God bless her,
Danzig.
man. It was great.
Rule, yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit that we all had crushes on Katie. Everyone who ever met her did. Everyone who ever met her did. So we're not guilty. We're guilty as anyone else. So yeah, I'm inside doing the makeout scene that he's supposed to be outside watching. And as soon as but I had to hit record on the camera. So as soon as I hit record on the camera, I just started fucking laughing. And I was trying to act in there and I couldn't quit fucking laughing.
All right,
it turned out really creepy.
Insider baseball on that scene. Darren, did you have your hand on your phallus for the sake of the integrity of the film?
Jesus, Bobby. He's not Peter North. Leave the man alone.
I like how Bobby thinks I do. No, I didn't. I kept it professional.
Well,
was I naked?
There goes my support.
You were naked outside, fully naked, and then later on he has a pantyhose on. Mm-hmm. So he's naked with a pantyhose and rubber gloves. So that was
that was different. In the pantyhose scene, like I was naked in pantyhose, and you can see through pantyhose.
Yeah,
and it was I was working with Katie and Goth. I think it was just the three of us. We didn't have any PAs, so it was just three of us. But I'm basically naked. Like that was frontal everything. So that was one of those weird actual actor moments where it's like, hey. I'm doing a creepy scene. I'm wearing pantyhose because, that's fucking creepy, and like, this is what's required, So I was like, dude, don't stare at my crotch. Katie, go ahead if you want, but I'm not in any impressive mode here. So really don't actually. But yeah, that was one of those weird actor moments where it's like, yeah, I'm not really that keen on it. Clearly it's not like we're doing a erotica here, but I knew it was like creepy. Like, hey, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a dude in pantyhose murder a girl before.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I had to kiss a man in a play once. And I'm an actor. How
old were you?
I was like 22.
You need to kiss a man?
Yeah. It was fine. Kind of gay.
No tongue, right?
No, it was a very comical sitcom-y kind of thumb over the mouth.
Put your thumb over it, right?
Did you put your thumb in his asshole?
Well, here's another thing, just so people aren't so, thinking that we're, doing like softcore porn or anything here. It's not like that at all. It's not.
It's more of a snuff film.
Yeah,
it's a creepy. There's creepiness in it more than anything. Though there be a little bit of nudity in it, it's mostly creepy. It's not really sexual. Sure. Goldilocks doesn't rape his victims. He doesn't. He gets off on the kill and the hunt. And
don't we all?
Really, all he really wanted was his mother's love that he couldn't get. So that's really what it all comes down to. I'll leave it at that.
Is his mom a blonde? I'm guessing
his mother is a blonde. So that's the whole.
Was his mother
stick?
I do want to give you props for on the Indiegogo. It'll be like inspiration are from BTK, Buffalo Bill, and Norman Bates, but the Norman Bates photo is Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it was in color.
Yeah, there you go.
The only reason I did that is it was in color. So I almost used Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Kid because I used a clip in the video. I used him because he was in color. Again, it was just trying to. If I could have had a colored version of it, I would have used it. But of Anthony Perkins, but didn't have it.
Tony Perkins.
So the only question is how are we going to get the two of you in this movie? Are you guys ready to be?
I guess I got to donate to the Indiegogo.
I got to donate to go put a fucking Hillary Clinton mask on.
I'm going to cash in my 401k and throw it at this film.
Hey, you guys just doing us a solid. This will get you in there somewhere.
Hey, hell yeah. Hey, I don't mind if I die, if I wear pantyhose. I don't care.
William's looking down like, yeah, I didn't agree to any of this. Darren, stop fucking offering bullshit podcast hosts to fucking be in our movie.
Hey, you got to do a video version of this, though. I think we all look pretty cool, especially me in this blonde wig. All right, so
And
There should
Adam's
be
not,
different
Adam's
audio.
not
I'm
on
not even in
camera.
it. I'm the prettiest motherfucker here. I'm not even in it. So yeah.
I'll,
hey, wait, put the camera over on Adam. We haven't seen him yet, Bobby.
I'll do some screenshots and promo this. You got to lean in. You're behind all the mics.
See,
Dude,
has
I
it
can't
set
even
up so
see
I
you,
can't
Adam.
even. You can't even see me. I'm just like I'm not even here.
Well, you got to stand up sometimes.
Why do I got to stand up? You're the one who put me in this fucking high chair.
Are you in your diapers? What's going on here?
He's in the lifeguard stand.
Wear my brown pants. 'cause I shit myself.
All right.
I
Nah,
have
seriously
my,
though, you guys deserve to be in the film somewhere, somehow, or on set at least. You know, when we do it. So
Sick.
again, our real goal is, you know, ideally $250,000. We do want to make a really good quality,
Right.
obviously micro budget film still. Anything under 3 million is a micro budget still.
But you feel
But-
that with 250 grand, $250,000, y'all can make a fucking a banger.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
I think for 250,000 we can freaking bring a solid B movie, you know, quality, you know, like an
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Or Evil Dead 2.
You could do the thing where you sell gift wrap and chocolate at Christmas time. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
in school.
I could do the thing. I could just like go to my kid's school and be like, let me get those chocolate
it's like,
bars.
It's for the
me that fucking
educational
chocolate bars.
department.
It's for cotton my eye, motherfuckers. That's what it's for.
Right,
Give me
on.
that chocolate.
Want some
Well, like
candy?
he was saying, cinematography means a lot, and the problem where a lot of indie films fall short is their cinematography. You know, getting
Just
their lighting
ask
and their
Danzig.
camera stuff work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we need
Add
to raise the money
cinematography,
that
editing.
we're trying to get. We're trying to really get a good budget so we can have a very experienced cinematographer that can make the film. Because let's just be honest. I mean, it's called a movie for a reason. They're moving. This,
Right.
you know, so cinematographers, directors of photography, they're the unsung heroes of filmmaking. You know, honestly, directors are the brains and basically God on set. You know, it's their vision, but it's the cinematographer's job to create it. Which is why we both study cinematography and we're both camera guys, because again, they're the unsung heroes. You have to understand what the camera is to ask somebody else to do it. You have to be able to create the look you want yourself. If you can't do it yourself, then how can you ask somebody else to do it for you?
Again, for me, that's why I got into cinematography. Is I'm obsessed with what movies look like. Even right now, I mean, sure, you can do the whole, you know, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, post whatever, you know, self-promote thing. But that's not why I picked up a camera. I didn't pick up a camera just to make silly videos about nothing, to try to make followers and make some weird income off of YouTube or anything. And I really don't want to. I've spent a lot of time focusing on what makes a cinematic image. And that's the passion I have. When I watch a movie, I want to be taken into another world that's not reality, that's not, you know, just somebody's cell phone or a bad DSLR. I want to be taken into a cinematic experience. And again, I enjoy going to theaters, especially when the movie's worthy of going at this point. So that's what I'll stay doing until the day I die, I'm sure, is focusing on that, you know, and that's cinema.
That reminds me, there are no kills on a webcam in this film, correct? Good.
No, not that we're seeing. No,
Okay, let's not do that ever.
you might have killed some brain cells listening to it.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks for the interview. And they can check out the show. People listening at home, check out the show notes for the link to the Indiegogo. It's very, very important to contribute to
Please.
outside the studio passion projects.
Yeah.
There's no fucking focus groups here other than the passion of the horror community. Right? Is that fair to say?
Passion of the creeps.
There's no fucking quantitative studies about what works and what doesn't. It's just William Instone, and to a lesser degree, Darren Davidson. Bringing it.
Dr. Doc.
And are you guys going to be at the Butcher's Bluff premiere next weekend?
Of course, it's a screening. I'm definitely going to be there. You know, it's I'm pretty much at all of my screenings as of right now, just to meet people, try to get people to come out. So
Cool.
I'm definitely be there. I'm
going to bring a trunk full of blondes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys,
need one.
if any of our listeners are in Texas, or really anywhere, drive out to Doc's Drive-In this Friday. Hopefully, we'll have this up as soon as possible.
Coming Friday.
this coming Friday, which is the October 11th. It's a great way to start off the spooky Halloween season, is to support a thriving independent filmmaker that is premiering at a but is showing at a drive-in.
Yeah,
It's fucking awesome.
It's definitely a drive-in movie.
I bought tickets to go see your movie before, and I couldn't make it that night, but I bought the goddamn ticket. But I'm more excited to see this in a drive-in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I can get my on while watching this.
It's true.
I mean, you
True.
can technically
That is
do that
true.
at About Schmidt, but
Hey, and any blonde-haired women that want to be in our final film, there's still time. We're accepting blonde hair donations.
Can
so
you say
by
that
all
like
means.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
That's right. Come here. Come on, baby. You know you're the girl of my dreams. I need your blonde hair.
What have you been feeding that thing?
Donated blondes. Lots of blondes.
okay, I'm gonna end this now.
Sorry, William. Sorry.
See you
Let me get
Friday.
one more shout out. Remember, Facebook /Caught My Eye Movie. That's where you need to follow us. That's a group. You get on there. All of our posts will be on that. That's the easiest way to find out what's going on with the film.
Sick.
Amen. Thanks for coming on, boys.
Hey, thank you. And hey, we'll catch you later.
All right, bye.